Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the WWE Hell in a Cell 2016 chat. Honestly, I went into this show thinking that it was not going to be a very good show. I can honestly tell you that it lived up to my expectations of being a not so great pay-per-view. Honestly, there was a lot of distractions tonight with the Cowboys and Eagles playing on NBC. You've got the Cubs and Indians, which honestly is a thing that I have not checked up on as of late. As I am talking, I'm actually looking up right now to make sure that the Cubs still have the lead 3-2, and we're still believing that we're going to get a Game 6 in Cleveland. It seems like they're just coming out of into the 8th inning now is the live thing, as the pay-per-view has now ended. But honestly, 2 of the 3 Hell in the Cell matches themselves sucked. I did not like the United States Championship or the Universal Championship Hell in the Cell matches. I thought that both of them fell pretty flat and didn't really live up to anything. All of the mid-card matches just weren't really there. You had a cruiserweight title change, which I don't really know what that brings for the cruiserweight division since it's so new. I thought they would be sort of branding TJ Perkins as their guy. Seems they're going in to do a different direction, but maybe TJ Perkins comes back and beats Kendrick in a month, and that's something that stamps him as a star of that division. But there's a lot of other guys, Tony Nese, Cedric Alexander, Swan, all of those guys they could move up. I did not watch the pre-show due to the fact that I was finishing the Falcons beating the Packers game. The Falcons won that game, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did. But that was all the cruiserweights. They had a 6-man. From there, the show opened with Roman Reigns going up against Rusev. This was a very long match. I didn't think that if it was me, I would have gone with a very fast pace. Just both guys beating the hell out of each other, like WrestleMania 7 with Warlord going up against the British Bulldog. But they just sort of did this thing where they just sort of beat up everybody for a while. They teased the table spot. They had some chairs in there. They had the ring steps. This, that, or the other. But even though Rusev beat the hell out of Roman Reigns hit the spear out of nowhere. He got the 1-2-3. Hopefully this is the end of this feud, because I've never really been a big fan. I don't know who on Raw can step up to be a credible contender to go up against Roman Reigns for that mid-card United States Championship, but hopefully somebody will get that belt off them sooner than later. From there, we went to Dana Brooke versus Bayley. Bayley won clean with the belly-to-belly, and she was able to move on from there. We had Enzo Amore and Big Cass come out. They got beat by Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Real long monologue by Enzo and Cass. I thought it honestly went way longer than it was supposed to. Maybe if I was from Boston, or maybe if I was in Boston, I would have popped for all the references to Big Papi. And I think they did Larry Bird, and a whole bunch of other things. But finally, Anderson and Gallows, WWE has got the message to get these guys over, and to get them over, they have to win matches. Anderson and Gallows were able to hit the Magic Killer on Enzo. I don't know if that means that they will be moving on and going after the Tag Team Championships. It seems like they might be going with Cesaro and Sheamus, going after the New Day after their disqualification victory. But maybe they get thrown into there, or maybe they just keep going against Enzo and Cass. I'm not sure. Enzo and Cass beat the holy hell out of Gallows and Anderson for the last few weeks. So for them to get a win here, to me, was more of a surprise more than anything else. After Kevin Owens sprayed Seth Rollins with the fire extinguisher, he was able. He tried to spray the fire extinguisher at Seth Rollins, but Rollins was able to get out of the way. It took a shot right into the face of the referee, which made them open the cell to get him out. Jericho came running in. From there, it was a 2-on-1 match. Rollins did have some chances to win the match, but since it's 2-on-1, Jericho either pulled the referee out of the ring or broke up the pin. One thing led to another. Even after a double table spot by Rollins to Kevin Owens. Owens was able to hit his power bomb on top of 2 chairs that were set up inside of the ring, and Owens was able to get the 1, 2, 3. To add insult to injury, we had Jericho hit Rollins with the code breaker. I thought this was a spot because Kevin Owens had left the cell and left his friend behind, that Rollins was able to get the 1-ups on Jericho and still look good, but he got laid out by both guys. I'm not sure if this is them having to team up at the Survivor Series as a part of Team Raw, and all 3 of these guys get along. I'm not sure where they're going from this, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a Universal Championship match at Survivor Series. And then from there we go to T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick faked a knee injury, which T.J. Perkins, who had been his friend, his mentor, and everything in his life, T.J. Perkins went to check on Brian Kendrick. Kendrick headbutted him and then put him in the Captain Hook. TJP tapped out, and Brian Kendrick became the Cruiserweight Champion. Sheamus and Cesaro seemed like they were in the driver's seat to be the New Day for the Tag Team Championships. Cesaro had a finisher. He had a submission locked in on, I believe, Xavier Woods. And on the outside, Sheamus, who was fighting around with Big E and Kofi. Kofi ran over and he kicked Sheamus after Sheamus hit Big E in the back with the trumpet. From there, Cesaro thought he had the victory, that Xavier Woods had tapped out. But because the ref saw the kick on the outside, Sheamus and Cesaro were awarded the victory due to disqualification, which means they did not get to keep the championships. They did not get to keep the titles. And they have to live to fight another day as a team, and they're going to be torn even more as they are right now. And then in the main event, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, in my opinion, the match of the night. They really deserved to go on last. There was a lot of people were going to say that it was the wrong decision. A lot of people were going to say it was a great decision and they should have been promoting it this way all along. Charlotte attacked Sasha Banks early on in the match before the cell was lowered. During the introductions, there was a powerbomb spot to Sasha Banks where Sasha got laid out. They had to bring out EMTs. It made it look like the match was not going to happen. But then as they were announcing that Sasha Banks was forfeiting the match and she was going to have to be giving up the Women's Championship to Charlotte, she was getting off of the EMT cart when the EMTs tried to calm her back down. She started fighting the EMTs. She went into the cell and the referee was able to start the match, not giving the belt to Charlotte. They went on. They had a great fight involving chairs and tables and the ring steps as well. One hell of a match. They beat the hell out of each other. And Charlotte was able to get the victory. She is the new women's champion yet again. It looked like that she had her number in the match. It looked like she was the better competitor, but Sasha played the ultimate underdog. I'm not sure if they fight again in just a normal match to clear their feud, or if they go off in different directions. Bayley has beat the daylights out of Dana Brooke the last 2 times. Bayley versus Charlotte, I don't think she's going to win. Would be a good series of matches, though. So we'll see what's going down. That was Hell in the Cell. We'll see what goes on with Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you guys down the road.